Hello everybody and welcome to the GMS Magazine channel. I am Paco Garcia, your host. And your host has been into Cthulhu games since, I started playing role-playing games, and that's about 30 years ago, give or take. Now, one of my favorite companies that publish these kind of games is Pelgrane Press. And Pelgrane Press counts with the fantastic quill and ink of Robin D. Laws, who wrote The Yellow King and funded it in Kickstarter a while ago. I've managed to get my hands on it thanks to the absolutely wonderful people of Leisure Games, and now I would like to show you if this game is actually worth the amount of money that you have to pay to get your hands on it. Welcome to the GMS Magazine RPG unbooking videos. Games based on the Cthulhu universe are incredibly popular, and when you write them like Robin D. Laws does, then you are even more popular. So it's not surprising that Yellow King actually did very well in Kickstarter when it came out, to the point that they didn't just fund one book, not two, not three, but actually 4 hardbacks in a slipcase. Now, this comes with something that makes me really happy and super excited that I will show you later on. First, I'm going to take a look at the books because that's what this is about, really. Okay, so if I take out the one I am currently reading, which is Paris. All the books are hardback, full color, and about, bigger than A size, which is a format I like an awful lot because it means that you can take them pretty much anywhere. And the fact that they've been divided into 4 different tomes makes them a lot more flexible to read, to, take with you. You can read one of them, take a break, go back to the other ones whenever. It's a lot better than having, a 600 pages tome that so many companies publish. This, top notch. The printing is beautiful and the illustration cover is very nice. The style is actually quite iconic, as you will be seeing throughout the book, since the art direction is very tight. The paper is shiny and the printing is very sharp and crisp, which I very much appreciated, and the layout obeys a 2-column per page that has 2 things that are niggling me a fair bit. One is that it hasn't been justified, so you have different lines of different length. That usually wouldn't bother me, but when you have such short lines, it just feels weird to me, having a line that's just 2 or 3 words. It feels bizarre. And the other thing that I don't like about it is that you get an awful lot of these orphan lines and widow lines in different pages. It's one of those things, again, it's one of those things that they irk me when I see them quite a lot. I really don't like it. It's not going to destroy your reading experience by any means, but it's just, I don't like it. The Yellow King is a complete full game, and it is based on the GUMSHOE system that Robin designed with Ken Hite, I believe, and it's been modified to fit the theme of the game. And the theme of the game is that there is a book that it's basically causing havoc in Paris in 1895, when this book is based, and it comes from Carcosa, which is a land of madness and all that sort of things that Cthulhu games have got us so accustomed to. The illustrations throughout the book are excellent. I really like the vibe of the whole thing. There are enough to keep you amused and entertained without being overwhelming, and you get a few of these little graphically designed icons that look gorgeous. These are the sort of thing that would do fantastic as a pins to be bought separately, which I really enjoy seeing. It gives a very nice atmosphere to the whole thing. If we take a look at more of these illustrations, the whole thing is just lovely. And you know, again, the amount of them is good enough, and not so much that you will feel overwhelmed in such small sized book. At the end of the book, we get the cards, which I need to check if they can be acquired separately, because this quick shot GUMSHOE depends on giving the players cards for conditions and circumstances, so you don't get hit points in the traditional sense. If you get 3 of these cards, then your character, you know, dies. The second book, The Wars. Guess what this is gonna cover? And funnily enough, it's exactly the same layout, with again some very cool illustrations. Really nice. More cards. Same issues with the orphan lines. And again, it happens a lot. This some proofreader would say it needs to be proofread after layout. Once again, I know at least one who would say that, and he's probably laughing at me as I speak because it's my husband. Book number 3 is The Aftermath. It's a pity that the title is in the focal point of this cover. It's right on the face of this creature. This should be down here, or this could be lower, so we don't mess on, you know, when you have a face, just one face on a cover, you don't cover it. It's because I want to see that. It's the focal point. The eyes go to the face. Anyway, I'm being picky. That's my job. I'm a reviewer. Cool maps. I like it. More cards. Same production value, by the way. You know, the illustrations, the same printing is just as beautiful. The colors are just as vibrant. I like how the illustration style changes from book to book, which is more than acceptable. And the last book, which takes us all the way to the present, from Paris 1895 to now, because somebody's taking a selfie of somebody who's had way too much to drink, evidently. And by the way, that in the UK is kind of rude, so I don't know if that was intentional, but it's quite funny nevertheless. So kind of thing. And camera won't show me that. No, it won't, says my husband in my ear, because we have an earpiece. Right, and basically the same thing. I'm not going to go into this too much because I want to show you what I am really excited about this from the production point of view, which is slipcase. Why? You're wondering. Well, because thanks to the magic of neodymium magnets, this unfolds and turns into 2 GM screens, which is brilliant, absolutely excellent. It makes me really happy to see this sort of imaginative, you know, gimmickry that is useful. They could have done just the standard slipcase and done, and then sell you, the GM screen separately. Nope, no Pelgrane, no. Pelgrane has decided to do something really cool and give you not one but 2 GM screens at the same time you buy the game. And you wonder why I love this company. Because of this sort of thing. And the information is actually useful because, we get the abilities in each of the 4 books, because they change in time, so the abilities also change. You are not going to have technology and technical as much in Paris as you may have someplace else, and whatever. And also in the second one, you get the fighting quick reference, because this system, the fighting, when I've been reading it, I haven't played it yet, so I need to take a proper look and experience it. But it feels a little bit cumbersome, comparatively speaking, and there's an awful lot of things to look into, defining objectives, determining the difficulties, prepares the fight. I'm sure once I take it to the table, it will be quicker than it looks, but on paper, it looks like an awful lot to go through. So, is this worth the amount of money, which is about 100 British pounds, you have to pay to get your hands on it? Hell yes. Absolutely yes. I mean, you get 4 beautifully printed, very well produced books with those 2 niggles about, the lines and your fun and widow lines. And again, not something that's going to destroy your reading experience, but something that irks me. You get 4 books and the 2 GM screens. Hello, this is great value for money. And it's a game that is likely to last you an awful lot of time. Obviously, I'm not going to do a full review right now because I haven't finished reading even the first book, but I've already liked what I've read. So I'll give you my full assessment as soon as I go through the whole thing, which will be in due course. Meanwhile, do let me know if you have already read or played this game. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Leave me the comments down there. But until the next time, thank you very much indeed for being there, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.